It's Nick Short's BB Remix, and this is where I'll explore the social dynamic of Big Brother through videos and shorts. I capture live footage between the house guests before "You Are Not Allowed to Talk About Production" comes over the loudspeaker. Each week, look for brand new videos, so make sure you subscribe to my channel so you'll be the first to know when I upload a new video, and be sure to comment to say hello.
Good, like if it happens, I'll be stoked, marriage or kids, but like it's not like a check off thing for me. But like dating different people is pretty cool.
I mean, because you get like a better perspective on what the lay of the land is, you know, and I think, not to say that more people, I think it's kind of true. Like the more experiences you have, the more you find out what you truly want. I think if you're self-aware enough and if you like are honest about those past relationships, like, okay, this is what went wrong, whatever. I think like my past two relationships, I think I tried to learn but didn't really learn. You know what I'm saying? Like now, like I've come to a spot where like I really try to take myself in the third person view.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, I feel this way, but like, all right, I'm looking at Monty here.
Yeah.
Why would this guy feel this way about this relationship?
Yeah,
You know?
to step out and see, like, obviously we have our feelings about that person in the moment, but like to finally step back and be like, yo, did I mess up too? And then realize you did.
Yes,
It's
yes.
both people always when it fails, or I think, you know, or at some point. And even if it's like, I feel like I did the right thing, it's like, yeah, I could have learned from it, so let me do that for the next one, you know, and like, yeah, just keep growing and learning. But,
And then like so you said you have a very strong like Christian background, right? Like, is that, like how did that sort of formulate that dating path for you? Like, does it impact it at all, or what do you think about all that stuff now?
to this day, I still hold like traditional values, like because of the religion I came from and like the way I was raised, which is because of the religion I came from, and all things considered, a pretty healthy household. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as I know from friends and stuff, I had a really fortunate upbringing. But I think growing up Christian, I was like, oh, I'm for sure marrying a Christian girl, saving my virginity, like all that stuff. And I lost my virginity at 22. I think if I correct, you're religious, right? Or
I think I'm more spiritual. Like my parents, we always prayed, but I never necessarily went to church.
Right.
Strictly.
Yeah.
You know, I think after I graduated college, I started to explore more about faith in the Bible. And, you know, when I learned the story of Jesus, like, I learned it from a very unique perspective.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful for the people who, like, shared their thought process with me because I felt like it was a lot more graceful.
Yeah.
To where, like, I didn't have to be, and I don't believe I or anyone has to be like a very certain way, you know, like doing habits or like traditions or like past things that make God happy. Like I know where God is with me, and nobody else can talk to me about that. Like that's
amazing.
How I am.
I have so much respect for that. Yeah.
And I always agree. Like, and my thing is that everybody's journey is different. But as long as you got love in your heart, then I believe God's already there with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's just my presence. So like if you're a hateful person, then like you're probably not in tune with yourself as much because of whatever trauma, and you're probably very far from God, man.
Yeah.
Because to me, God is love, man.
Yeah.
I cannot go down the whole train on that.
Yeah, but like being hateful and holding evil within you, I feel like, you know, you're not allowing that space for any love in any version of it. And I think I've talked to, I don't know if it's a specific belief or not, but like how people bring up that God is more to them like a higher being in the sense of like spirituality, but not necessarily this man, this specific thing. But like you said, God is like on that level of like what makes you that good person and that higher being. And like for me, when I completely left religion, my brother became that like higher being that I used to look for in no sense of a God, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but like
Like a voice.
Instead of praying, I started talking to my brother, and it was far more therapeutic, and I still do to this day, and I actually had tangible responses from him and stuff, and I've never had that in religion, and with my brother, I think because he was very free spirited and like hippie, super chill dude, hippie dude. I think he was aware, and our family is another story around, but our family grew up, we all kind of see spirits, like ghosts.
Oh, really?
And I don't know if you believe in ghosts, but I
just never
grew up seeing them.
Yeah, okay.
And our house was not, I wouldn't say haunted because that sounds negative, but definitely had spirits within it, and it still kind of does when I visit my mom once in a while, but we all have seen and felt it in different versions. I had them all, where it's see it, feel it, and just feel it physically, or just the energy. And so I think my brother, knowing that, who also seen or had felt these experiences, would know that I'm susceptible to that. And so when he died, I got a lot more spiritual confirmation, things that I knew was him, because I'm also aware, I do believe in negative spirits trying to fuck with you once they know you're open to it. It's a whole thing, but I didn't learn this from anyone. It was all instinctive, intuitive, and but once I started getting confirmation from him, and that success I felt from that, as far as having someone watch over me type of vibe, whether that's a God or a past loved one, that's what has guided me through everything. Of course, after that, it's insane, and so anything since I was 14 of tragedy or hardships, is now all based off of when I was 14 that one day, and to going, I think I can do this type of thing. That's a very heavy way to think of it, but obviously I live with it daily, so it's not heavy to me because it's normal.
Right.
But yeah, and I think obviously having 3 other brothers who experience the same thing, we all deal with it differently, but it's obviously helpful to know they know what's up. They were there, and my parents, I don't even know how. I said I won't cry in this house.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it. So let's move off of that.
It's too early to cry.
Too early.
No, you're good.
But yeah, so that's why it's hard to tell people when I say I just don't believe in it. I'm a free spirit, but I accept all. I support as long as you do you. I wouldn't push you to not believe. Don't push me to believe whatever.